So sorry about the reception last time. I was in a really bad spot, and obviously there's not 4G everywhere. Um, so yeah, here we are today. Hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's good. Yeah, today we're going to be talking about. There wasn't really any like questions about concerts and like life on tour and things like that. But I've been talking to so many artists, and whether they be like DJs, and things like that from Australia, and also a couple from France and in the United States. And they've all been saying, like, oh my gosh, we miss stage life so much. We miss being on stage, we miss concerts, you know. So I really wanted to bring this on the table today, just talking about, concerts, life on stage, what it's like to be, backstage, what touring's like, what stresses are involved, basically the good and the bad of life on stage, concerts, and on tour. So yeah, as artists, we really miss it, but we're still, doing it from home. And as I said, and as I keep saying to you guys, keep sharing this and keep getting engaged, because this is what drives me to keep doing this, is being engaged with you guys, sharing my content, answering your questions, and just, yeah, being engaged with all of you guys worldwide. So drop in your comments or questions if you have any. But here goes about all the ins and outs of life, backstage and on tour. So first, I wanted to talk about the Clan Campbell National Tour I did in France. So this was before I danced on cruise ships. And I'll talk about like rap and concerts at the end. But Clan Campbell National Dance Tour was on weekends, and there was sort of like a team where we had, a full team of different artists, which is why it was really interesting for me, because it wasn't just, a group of dancers and we were doing a concert every day on the oh, sorry, I don't know why it cut out. So it was all different types of things. Like the Clan Campbell National Tour had a beatboxer, a freestyle soccer like player, a DJ, and then, two dancers, me and another girl. So there was lots going on, and we'd be going on like weekends, right? And basically have no sleep. So that's just one thing that's like actually, on all levels for all tours and concerts, it's like lack of sleep. So you need to get your sleep, you need to get that barocca into you as soon as you can, because yeah, you'll be needing sleep and energy hardcore, because you'll be lacking it. So yeah, so on the weekends we would go to the clubs and just sort of animate, and there'd be, the DJ, there'd be the beatboxer, and so we'd go and first, have dinner at a place, and then go back to the hotel room, and then, start getting ready. This was like, 9 p.m., 10 p.m. And in France they start late. So, you go to a club in Australia at like 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Well, here in France, you go to a club at like 1 a.m. So we were starting really late. So we had dinner time, then we go back to the hotel room, have to like get ready, curl our hair, get all the ins and outs. There's one thing that you need to remember on every tour and any concert you do, is the nude G-string and the nude fishnets. That is like a must, because whatever costume you're wearing, with the lights that will be like projected onto you, it's like you need to have that nude colored undergarment happening. Otherwise it's just all going to show through, and it's just not going to look professional at all. So yeah, we had that, and then we'd be, doing our thing all night, on stage, backstage. What I really love about concerts and touring is that you get to actually know the people you're working with, like off by heart. You get to know that, like, their little warm-up routine. So, I had my little warm-up routine where basically, and this applies for every show before I go on stage, is that, like, it's like not to be mean or anything, but leave me alone type of thing. So I like I also, oh, sorry, it keeps, yes, I am here. So strange. My apologies. Um, so we do the group thing, and then I'm like, okay, I need to like reconnect, recenter myself, and just basically concentrate on what I'm doing, and just literally focus. And that's the way that I'm able to get like my adrenaline pumping, and get ready and like go on stage. So you need to like also understand everybody else's dynamics. Like some people like to sort of just like not say anything, breathe, I don't know. So yeah, that was really interesting being on tour, and we got to visit, a lot of France, which was absolutely beautiful. Got to visit it, but not really, because then, as soon as it was finished at the club, we'd go home at like 5 a.m. and then sleep for like 4 or 5 hours, get the train back at 8 a.m., and then go to the next spot or go back to Paris, have, a couple of days off, and then go back on the tour later on. So, yeah. Now, always when we're doing concerts and like backstage, it's not just like, hey, we go to a concert and like we do it. It's like there is so much preparation, to do, whether it be physical preparation, or appearance wise. So, physical preparation in the sense of like, keeping up your sport, keeping up your healthy eating intake. Appearance wise, like your nails need to be done, like you can't be looking drabby. Your piercings need to be out. Or, hair needs to be done. So I literally could not have this hair like if I was, doing a rap concert in my case at the time, at this point in time, because yeah, my hair is meant to be red, guys. So yeah, nails need to be on point, hair needs to be on point, and there's a lot of, like preparation, and it, takes about a day, I don't know, anyway, for me to like physically get, mentally get into the zone of like what I need to do, what I need to be prepared with. I always prepare, my choreographies. If it's dance, I know them off by heart, point blank, there's no doubt about it. If it's my rap concert, I know the songs off by heart. I know more or less what kind of moves I'm gonna do. But also what I want to talk about with like concerts and tours and things like that is that I say this, like if you are an artist, yeah, I just keep it in mind. You need to be adaptable. So adaptability is literally key. So you can't just sort of walk in and be like, well, I thought it was going to be like this. It doesn't work like that. You need to actually be adaptable. The stage might be bigger than you thought. The stage might also be smaller than you thought. There might be things like, microphone troubles, or sound and lighting not working as it should, or not working as you expected. So you can't really flinch with that. You've just got to sort of roll with it and go, hey, okay, how can we work with it? And if you're watching this and you're an artist, really just, tell yourself that, adaptability is key, and you need to be super nice to the people who you're working with, whether it be the sound guy or the sound engineer or light engineer, because if you're being a bitch and being a little diva, then who knows, they could like, I don't know, turn off the sound and just be dicks, like, so you've just got to be nice to everyone. You can't be little diva. You've got to respect everyone. It might not happen as you would like it, but that's what it's like being on concerts, being on tour. You're not always going to have the same stage size. You're not always going to have the same people working with you, the same catering service even. So yeah, provided like catering service, that can change, from city to city, or even from country to country. So you need to have your own vitamins, you need to have your own intake, and always keep healthy. So for example, when we were going on tour, right, like in Antarctica, and then we were doing Mediterranean, and then Antarctica, and then we were doing a bit of Asia, and Australia, and like all those places. The food is totally different, and the food's always going to be different. And so your intake and the way that you are intaking your food is really important. And you can't just be like, oh, well, I mean, I can't believe, I didn't get this. This is what, be prepared as an artist to have that vitamin, have that food, have everything with you in case, the catering can't give it to you. So, yeah. Also, yeah, what I did want to touch on was like artists, like this sort of like diva attitude that people have, like, arriving late, like, better late than never, keep you waiting and stuff. Personally, I totally think it's like unprofessional. Like, okay, with my friends on a personal level and in my everyday life, I can arrive late, and I do arrive late on many occasions because I'm just, I don't know. But in my professional life, and when I'm doing concerts, and when I'm doing tours, and when I'm being an artist, I'm never late. And that's one thing for sure. Pardon me, is that you can't be late. It's just a matter of being professional and being ethically, good in what you do, and giving a positive image of yourself. So don't arrive late as an artist, but also not only for that, but yeah, if you need to cater to some mishaps that have happened, then you can obviously cater to them if you arrive earlier, or if you arrive on time to a venue, to be able to go, oh, that's not working. Okay, I need to plan that way. Let's, redo it this way. So you've actually got time to plan and to change things if things don't go according to plan, right? So, yeah, apologies. Um, so yeah, you need to be ready, for any setbacks. So now, yeah, with rap and things like that, like what I find was the hardest, like especially in dance, like, you always think about, like, like costume changes, things like that. So what did happen actually one day on the cruise ship was one of my salsa, like samba outfits. I had, big wings, and just like this little crop top and like a G-string thing, and I was literally like dancing on board, and then the thing just like flipped off. So obviously we have our nude colored underwear, so we still have something on, but it literally got stuck and just like unscratched. So I was like, okay, bye, and just like walked off stage. You've got like so many other things going on, and like so many other people, you know with you, like all by with you when you're dancing. Whether in rap, I'm mostly like all by myself on stage. Like, of course, at some concerts, there's girls and models and things happening behind me and things like that, but usually I'm all by myself, so I really just have to focus more so on my choreography, what I'm doing, what I'm being focused on, so that's basically like really important. Yeah, pardon me, I've probably had, would be like mic troubles and like sound or light, where I'd like move like to another place of the stage with like my mic, and then like literally the light was just still stuck there, so it hadn't like followed me. So I was like, fuck, I'm in the dark, hey, like what? So then I just like move back in, to wherever I've got to be. So basically that's like one of the things. And because it's also unrehearsed a lot of the time, it's not like a rehearsed choreography like in dance, where you know that a spotlight's going to be there because the choreography's there and the other dancers are here and you've got to be there. And yeah, it's kind of a little bit different. Yeah, talking about cruise ships, it wasn't, I guess, like a tour or a concert or things like that, but it was, we rehearsed every day and we were doing a show every day. So we had our little backstage area. To be honest, on our last like shows, we did have like a drink of champers, and then got on stage and did like a 45-minute can show, with like the whole French Moulin Rouge thing happening. So it was like super cardio exercise, and but yeah, we did it. And so that was like fun events as well, fun moments that you remember backstage or you know, we had our call of our team cry, our team shout out, you know, that was amazing as well. And you know, we'd sing that, you know, before going on stage, and it was sort of like just before that, it was like, has everyone done their toilet stop? So, you know, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go. And so, you know, I'd go and they'd all be like, oh my God, Audie, like, what are you doing? We've got to go on stage. But because it was on cruise ships and we were doing it every night, you know, it wasn't like a set time. We had to go. We'd be waiting for, you know, late passengers as well, people dawdling on. One rule of thumb that we did have on the cruise ship, I mean, it's never happened to me when I've been doing tours as a dancer on land, whether it be in France or in Australia, or when I've been as a rap artist in France doing concerts. But we had a rule on the cruise ships, was sometimes when the ship was moving too much and like all the passengers were really sick, you know, there'd be like 2 or 3 brave passengers that would want to brave it and come see the show, and it's like we couldn't even dance on stage because it was like literally you couldn't even walk, you know, because the ship was moving. So we had this rule where it was like if there was less passengers than dancers watching the show in the audience, then we don't do the show. And that was just like the rule, and it just would get cancelled. Or obviously if the ship was moving too much, because that would just be dangerous, of course. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I mean, to wrap it up, I have like so many anecdotes and things like that about concerts and life on tour, but you know, I get really nostalgic about this, and that's why I wanted to just do a subject on it, speak about it to you guys, just in case you guys were curious about, you know, what was all the fuss about, you know, artists loving being on stage and missing being on stage, because, you know, obviously, yeah, we can do music and we can be in the studio, but the ultimate for us, or anyway for me, is, yeah, to be able to connect, to be on stage, to be able to bring to life what you've created and with the audience. So yeah, I guess that's been really important, and that was really important, and hope you guys have enjoyed it. In the next 2 weeks, I'll be bringing new updates. I hope you guys are all staying safe with the COVID. Keep supporting other artists' work and artists' work. It really means a lot. And thank you so much. Take care and stay very safe. And if you guys have any questions on anything or any topics you want to discuss in the next Storytime Lives, drop them in the comments below. I respond to every comment, or drop them in through PM on Insta, Facebook, wherever. I'll see them, and I'll be sure to respond. So yeah, take care, stay safe, lots of love, and thank you for the support. And keep sharing the love, keep sharing, never stop. Keep streaming it on all major platforms. It's awesome. The support has been amazing, so keep going at it. Thank you so much. Lots of love. Bye, y'all.